What's up, gang? What a nice day today in the markets. For me, unfortunately, I didn't take any trades today. I caught a nice move in the Asian session last night. So, I locked myself out of my accounts and I told myself I'm not trading today. I'm not giving back those gains, especially after having that bit of a roller coaster I did with that big win on Tuesday. And then I gave almost half of it back on Wednesday in the New York session. And then Wednesday evening, I ended up catching a really solid move in the Asian session, and I basically got back 95% of that loss. So I decided it was something I wanted to do Wednesday morning, and I avoided it. I decided to basically just lock the accounts, not trade today, and just enjoy the getting those that loss back that was kind of unneeded. And it's great. And to be honest, I'm up on the week and we'll see how tomorrow goes. I might trade, I might not, and I might just end my week up and be good with it. And I had a good day today, did some content, and I'm working on this top one futures giveaway. This is going to end tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So I made a couple short videos on my YouTube page, but basically go to top one futures, use my code TRB. That's going to get you 40% off. Plus, if you use the code GIFT and apply that after you've applied my code, you'll get another 5% off. So that's 45%. And then also with my code, you're going to get 2 free bonuses, which is an anytime payout add-on and a no daily loss limit add-on. So you're getting 40% off plus 5% off, 45% off total plus the 2 add-ons, all if you just use the 2 codes. And the kicker to this whole thing is if you purchase an account tomorrow before 12 p.m. Eastern time, you're going to get entered into a draw for a 50K straight to funded account with Top One Futures. That's almost a $400 value. So that alone, if you think about it, is worth it. So if you're on the fence and you're wanting to buy an account and you're thinking about it, now's the time. If you're not, totally good too, right? It's like I always say, all this content I do, all these review videos, everything, the time I put into making all this content, I don't take any money for it. I don't get any money for it, to be honest. So, if you are in the market of buying an account, I would appreciate it if you use my code. If you're not, it's totally cool. And even if you are buying an account, you don't use my code, we're still cool. No big deal. It is what it is, right? But yeah, so get in on that. I have a small following. I got my core group of followers that are watching me right now. And if you guys are thinking about buying an account, this is going to be probably your best chance to win a 50K straight to fund it on top of your purchase of your account. And every purchase you make will get you a separate entry into the giveaway. So yeah, uh, that's about it. We'll go over the markets. And this is, again, we had this discussion today on our podcast as we filmed. It'll be coming out on Monday, the full end podcast. But we just talked about, I always say the market will humble you. And Thomas and Christine had their opinions on that saying in general. And they don't think the market is what humbles you. You humble you. But anyways, I just think the market will humble you sounds so much cooler. And yeah, and today was the day the market just decided to humble me because it was picture perfect. We'll go over the levels. I would have traded, I would have got long, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I would have hit 10R, who knows? But it is what it is. I didn't trade it. It's all good. I'm not upset. The old me, the beginner trader in me would have been trying to buy accounts or getting somewhere else that I'm not. I don't lock my accounts out and trying to get in on a trade. So it's all good. It is what it is. Let's have a look at the charts, what I saw in the morning. I still got to the desk. I still participated on the ASFX stream. I still went over the trades that were taken in the community. I just kind of just paid attention to everything just to kind of keep myself fresh. And, every now and then it's nice to test your discipline by being able to be in front of the charts and just be a student, right? Not to be a participant, just to be a student and just to watch and learn and mark things up and pay attention and see what other people are doing and what would you do, what wouldn't you do. So today was a good day overall for that. And let's just get into the charts and what I saw when I got to the desk. And we'll go over a couple trades I would have took. And yeah, that's it. And let's get to it. So getting to the desk in the morning, again, we have what I think is just a natural pullback here. We got these higher lows. Market looks great. We had this big move up. And then, we got stuck in this range for a bit. And then this was Wednesday. Chop City. Everybody and their dog got their asses handed to them, or at least from what I seen. I didn't see a ton of winners, and I don't blame them. I actually took two back-to-back losses, full stops. So that shut me down. And then obviously in the Asian session, I was watching price, do this, and I was watching this previous day value area low, and the buyers just couldn't get above it. And I said, you know what? They tried once, they tried twice, especially with this bullish candle. They still couldn't do it. That's a 15-minute candle. And I decided to get short in here. And I catch this all the way down to, I believe, somewhere in here. And, I couldn't be mad with it. It was just a nice quick short. I got to size in because I knew that price, there's a gap here. I had my stop somewhere up here. It's 5.5 points. That's the beauty of the Asian session. When you don't have the volatility, you can have a tight stop, look for a move down, and I sized in. And yeah, so I basically lost 2K in this chop and made 17 or 1800 in this one short. So I hope you can understand why I didn't trade today. I always treat the Asian session as part of the next day's trading day. Even though it shows up on your P&L as yesterday, I consider when we have market close, the New York session, I consider that the trading day done. So anytime I look at the overnight session, I'm counting that to the following day. So basically I took that win. I treated it as hit my max daily loss limit in the New York session. I got locked out. My account unlocked at the start of the Asian session. And I basically consider that a new day, and that's how I always do it. So catching that move, I thought to myself and said to myself, you know what, this is my trading day. I'm not going to give any of these gains back in the New York session, so there's no point in me trading tomorrow or today, this morning. But you know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, and looking at the chart, you can see, you get this pullback, but then the buyers step back in right here, and look at this candle. We take the daily VWAP. We're approaching the previous day's value area low. What I'm looking for is back into the previous day's value area low, off the point of control, back down and up. I'm still looking for this to be bullish. There's no reason for it to tell me that it's going to come down, unless you get some weird news, and there's always a possibility of that. But, I could see price getting up here and doing this, and doing this and coming back down. But ideally I would want to look for a break of the previous day value area low, a rejection or test of the point of control, back down to the value area low, and then I'd like to see it do something like that. In a perfect world, that's what I'd like to see. I can't remember exactly how it happened. We'll have a look at the actual chart and the New York session itself and go from there. So let's just get rid of this for a sec. Here we go. Perfect. So this is the 1 minute chart, New York Open. And here's those levels I was talking about. So New York session opens. We're below the previous day's value area low still. And this 5,900 level, which is roughly the previous day value area low, is just a level of serious support or resistance, mainly resistance. And this is what that chop day was. We were caught in this crossfire. And in the chop day, actually, we were stuck in between the previous day's value area low and previous day's value area high, which was like a 20 point range or something. So it was tight. And it just did this all day. It was painful. And you're getting stopped out, either short or long, you're getting stopped out. And today, what happens? You get something a little similar. We get the opening range setting in, we get price chopping around, and just look at the VWAP. It's like a wave. There's no continuation to the downside or to the upside. And as you can see here, you get this wave, and it starts to level out. And then with price, that's what you want to see, either to the upside or downside. And price comes in, we take the opening range low, we take the opening range high. Again, you got previous day's New York VWAP lining up with the value area low, rejection off of that. But this time, we start to find some support at the New York VWAP. So the buyers aren't giving up that easily. Not like here where the sellers just slammed them down and the buyers step back in. You're getting the buyers holding their own for a few minutes. Back up into the opening range high again, chop around. We come back down. This time we hold the opening range low. We don't break it to the downside. So buyers are definitely finding their places to get some support. And as you come back up now, if I was looking at this, coming back up, you get this. It's very small, but break, test, hold, break. And again, I would say on this pin, as the sellers try to slam this thing down through this New York VWAP, the buyers step back in and you get a clean move up to the previous day's value area low. What happens there? Previous day's New York VWAP, buyers kick it into overdrive. We get a strong push through it up to the point of control. Again, sellers try to step in. You get a little bit of consolidation here for a few minutes. Buyers say, fuck that. Step in again. We're at the next level. Previous day's value area high. And what happens here? Buyers bring it up. Sellers try. Sellers fail at this level. And it's buyers all the way up, baby. Like, look at that. So now if I was trading this, and this is always in hindsight, so, you know, we can look at however we want, but I'm just looking at this, I probably would have realistically gotten in long, probably here, stop somewhere down here below this low. You know, I got to let the opening range do its thing because clearly here it showed support. If we had taken this to the downside quite a bit, I'd have to have my stop further down. But just with this showing support, I got to at least, we get below these lows, anywhere even back here and take this low out, trades invalidated 100%. So, oh, shoot. Sorry, hold on. Got me a short position on there. So probably on this break retest right here somewhere I'd get in. You know, 13-point stop. I'm looking, probably my first take profit's going to be value area low. Just because this 5,900 level has just been such a pain in the butt. Realistically, I'd probably like to see previous day's value area high, even point of control. So that puts us back down here somewhere. And if I was in this trade, this is exactly what I would have done, or what in hindsight I would have done. In the trade, probably a little different. The emotions are a little higher, but so enter, we hold, I take some heat. I gotta wait for these lows to be taken before I get out of the trade. I gotta stay convicted in the idea. We come down, we get up. Now, as soon as we push back up into here, and I'm watching, and price is just hovering around here, I would have probably brought my stop up to this low now, knowing that this was a level of support. And as price chops around here and we break through here, I would have aggressively trailed my stop. I would have pulled it up now to the opening range high, which was going to be my initial level to take some profits at. And I would just follow this thing up, and you'd watch it contest here. And until we came back down and broke this previous day's New York VWAP or previous day's value area low, I would be very confident in this idea. So again, stops here. Soon as we take this point of control, stops here. Soon as we take this level, I would probably end up taking full profits there somewhere. Just because I like this bullish candle. We call it a flush. And who knows what's going to happen, because this could easily do this, come back down, stop me out, and I'd be leaving, what is that, 908 to 920, 12 points I'd be giving back on the trade. So when you think about it that way, that's a lot. Looking at it, it doesn't look like a lot. When you're in the trade, you probably be like, nah. But if you had your stop here, not even 905, and you took profits here, you're 924. So you're almost 20 points you'd be giving back. So really think about that when you're in one of these trades next time. And as you take these levels, when you see a flush candle like this, boom, unless you had your stop here, which I doubt, you'd probably have your stop here, best case scenario, in my opinion. I think up here, you'd think you're going to get tapped on one of these, so you'd want your stop a little bit lower down here. But yeah, I'd be out and I'd be done. So, you know, that I think would have been my one and done of the day. If I wanted to be super critical, super critical, you could have gotten in here and have even a tighter stop. That's if I want to be critical. I don't think I would have had the patience for that. I would have gotten in back here, to be honest with you. And one and done. the right 26, you're 25, 30 points on that trade. That would have been a beautiful Thursday. I would have been happier than a pig in shit, but it is what it is. And like I said, the market decided to humble me. So yeah, that's it. I'm done. I got nothing else to say really. The top one futures giveaway. Get in on it. This is going to be your last chance. $400 value, 50K straight to funded account, not an eval, not no, you got to pass a challenge, you got to do this, that. You get the account, you start trading right away, boom. You know what I mean? Like you just got to hit your profit target, you get a payout. There's no nothing else to it, man. It doesn't get easier than that in this prop game. So, you know how what I said, the rules for that. Go to Top One Futures, use the link. It's in my bio, it's in my link tree, it's everywhere, it's on all my socials. Use the code TRB, you apply that, you're going to get 40% off. Then you put in the code GIFT, you apply that, you're going to get 5 more percent off. So now you're at 45% off. Then you're going to get those 2 free add-ons. And you're going to get an entry into the giveaway. And like I said, every purchase you make gets you an entry into the giveaway. So the more purchases, the more entries. I got a small following. You guys know who you are. Get those entries in. I'm going to announce the winner Friday evening. I'm stoked to actually see who it is because it's going to, when I get to give something back to the people that take the time to watch me put the time in on a daily basis to make these videos is super fucking cool. So that's it, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. And like I said, maybe I'll trade, maybe I won't. I'm just feeling a different kind of good feeling right now. So I wouldn't mind rocking this into the weekend. And yeah, enjoy your evening, and always grateful. And thanks for being a part of this journey and helping me grow as a trader, and hopefully helping you grow as a trader. I will see you guys tomorrow now. Cheers.